Hi everyone, welcome to Online Vidya Guru. So we have discussed parts of speech in a detailed manner such as noun, pronoun, verb, adverb, adjective, conjunction. So all these parts of speech we have done very clearly. But today we are going to discuss interjection and its types also. So first of all, you know what is an interjection. So because here you can see the definition of interjection. An interjection is a word which is used to express a particular emotions or feelings. So that indicates what? If you want to express sudden feelings or sudden emotions, we use interjections in English. And interjection expresses spontaneous feelings or reactions. Spontaneous is nothing but as sudden, all of a sudden. అంటే మనం డైలీ మాట్లాడే క్రమంలో మనం డైలీ కమ్యూనికేషన్స్లో భాగంగా ఒక్కొక్కసారి మనం మన యొక్క ఎమోషన్స్ని సడన్గా వ్యక్తపరుస్తూ ఉంటాం. సడన్గా ఒక సన్నివేశానికి ఒక సంఘటనకి రియాక్ట్ అవుతూ ఉంటాం. సో ఇట్లా రియాక్ట్ అయ్యే దానికి కానీ స్పాంటేనియస్గా ఏదన్నా ఒక విషయం చెప్పాలని కానీ మనకి ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఈ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్స్ అనేవి చాలా ఉపయోగపడుతూ ఉంటాయి. సో దెన్ యూ కెన్ సీ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్ హ్యాస్ నో గ్రామాటికల్ రిలేషన్షిప్ టు ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద సెంటెన్స్. అయితే ఏదైనా ఒక సెంటెన్స్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ సెంటెన్స్కి మన ఇంటర్జెక్షన్ ఎలాంటి రిలేషన్ కలిగి ఉండదు. సో దెర్ ఈజ్ నో గ్రామాటికల్ రిలేషన్షిప్ to the rest of the sentence when we use interjection. So these interjections help to add voice to your writing. So మరి interjections ఎందుకు ఉపయోగపడతాయంటే just they can add voice to our writing. So finally these interjections may help a lot to make your speech effective or to make your writing very effective. సో ఎందుకు మనం ఇంటర్జెక్షన్స్ ఇంగ్లీష్లో ఉపయోగిస్తామంటే ఏదైనా మన రైటింగ్స్ని కానీ లేదంటే మన కమ్యూనికేషన్స్ కానీ ఎఫెక్టివ్గా మార్చాలంటే ఎఫెక్టివ్గా వ్యక్తపరచాలంటే సో ఖచ్చితంగా మనం ఈ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్స్ అనేటివి ఇంగ్లీష్లో వాడుతూ ఉంటాం. అయితే సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ యూ టేక్ అమెరికన్స్, సో దే కెన్ యూస్ దీస్ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్స్ ఇన్ దేర్ కమ్యూనికేషన్స్ బికాస్ ఇంగ్లీష్ ఫర్ దెమ్ ఈజ్ ఎ నేటివ్ లాంగ్వేజ్, దట్స్ ద ఫస్ట్ లాంగ్వేజ్ ఫర్ దెమ్ బట్ నాట్ ఫర్ ఇండియన్స్. అయితే అమెరికన్స్ ఏం చేస్తుంటారంటే ఈ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్ చాలా ఎక్కువగా వాళ్ళు వ్యక్తపరుస్తూ ఉంటారు, ఎందుకంటే వాళ్ళకి ఒక నేటివ్ లాంగ్వేజ్ కాబట్టి, వాళ్ళ నేటివ్ స్పీకర్స్ కాబట్టి. సో దట్ కంపేర్ విత్ ఇండియన్స్. సో దట్ ఈస్ ద ఇంపార్టెన్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇంటర్జెక్షన్స్ సో ఇన్ అవర్ డే టు డే communications as well as in our writings also. So now there are few types of interjections are there. So they are interjection for greeting, interjection for joy, interjection for surprise, interjection for attention, interjection for sorrow, interjection for approval. So like that there are nearly six kinds of interjections are there. Now let us discuss one by one. Interjection for greeting. So what is interjection for greeting? Here see, this type of interjection is used in the sentence to indicate the emotion of warmth to the person. So simply we can say that if we want to greet any people or if you want to greet any person, so definitely we may use this type of interjections. They are, for example, hi, hello, hey, hi, hey, like that. So these are few examples of interjection for greeting. So here see the first example. Hi, how is your health now? So here in this sentence, so here the hi, this is a preposition for greeting. So which we greet the other person, means we are knowing. So we know the condition, the health condition of the person. So like that we may use the interjection for greeting. Next you can see one more sentence. Hello, how are you, John? So for the first time or after a few more days, if you meet John, then we may use this interjection. Hello, how are you, John? Like that. Next, hey, where are you going? Hey, where are you going? Like that. Hi, how is your business going on? Next you can say, hey, nice to see you in the party. So in this way, if you want to greet any person, so definitely we use interjection for greeting. So greeting is nothing but as just you want to inquire something about the person, means how he was and how his business was, or what about his health. So all these things. So next we will discuss interjection for joy. Interjection for joy, or we may say that interjection for happiness. Here see what is an interjection for joy. Okay, this type of interjection is used in the sentence to indicate immediate joy and happiness on on any happy occasion that happened. That indicates what? If any happy occasion or if any joyful occasion that had happened, then all of a sudden we can express our emotions in a certain way. So for that we may use a group of or a variety of interjections. So they are interjection for joy. Here you can see few more examples, so then we can understand how this interjection for joy is used. Here in this sentence also, here you can observe, wow, the movie was marvelous. Here in this sentence, wow is an interjection for joy. And so when we use these interjections, definitely they follow exclamation mark, what we call it an exclamation mark. So after that, the sentence comes as usual, and you can begin the sentence capital letter. After these interjections, the words that reveal interjection, so here after that you may use the first letter will be a capital letter. Here see, next sentence you can see, hooray, they won the match. Hooray, they won the match. Here also the speaker expresses his joyfulness, or he expresses his happiness as their team won the match. Like that, here also the movie was marvelous. So here if any person, if any other person, he expresses his happiness by using this kind of interjection. Next here see, wow, the painting is mind blowing. Wow, the painting is mind blowing. So such a painting it is. So in that way we can express suddenly our happiness to the other person. Next, if we are going to the fair. We are going to the fair. Here fair is nothing but as an occasion or something like that. So in that way we may use interjection for joy or interjection for happiness. Next we will discuss interjection for surprise. Interjection for surprise. So this type of interjection is used in the sentence to express strong sense of surprise on the happening of something. So that indicates what? If any sudden surprise or if any sudden amazement that had happened, so we can express our feelings in a strong, we can express our emotions in the strong sense of surprise. So for that we may use interjection for surprise. Here you can see the example, the first example, what? Ben is not coming. Here the speaker expresses that the speaker knows that Ben has not attended or he is not coming. So that he expresses his surprise or his amazement in this way. What? Ben is not coming. What? Your father is not attending for the function. So in that way the speaker can express his sense of or strong sense of surprise or amazement. Here you can see the second example also. Hey, you have spoiled the dish. Hey, you have spoiled the dish. Here also, here the speaker expresses a kind of amazement or surprise in this on the happening of something. So what had happened here? Here so the dish that had spoiled or it had spilt or something, that is called, in that way the speaker has used this kind of interjection, that is interjection for surprise. Next here you can see, how, what will happen now? How, what will happen now? Here this also the interjection. Here how, it comes under it reveals a strong sense of surprise, so that the speaker used this kind of interjection. Next, the last one, what, you did not sit for the exam. What, you did not sit for the exam. So here also the speaker doesn't know that the speaker knows that the other person has attended the exam, but after knowing that he did not attend for the exam, then he expresses his strong sense of surprise or amazement that what, you did not sit for the exam. So like that. So in this way we may use interjection for surprise or interjection for amazement. So if any event that had happened all of a sudden, like that, so they are what, hey, how, what, in that way we may use. Next we will see interjection for approval. Interjection for approval. So it expresses an intense approval on something that has happened. So here you can see the first example, well done, you painted really good. So that indicates what? The speaker has approved. So for the action that had done by the other person. Here say, well done, you painted really good. That indicates what? The person, the speaker has agreed. So the action performed by the opposite person. So he really agreed and he approved also his performance done by the other person. So in that way we may use the interjection for approval. Next, here see the second example. Bravo, John has taken a wicket. Bravo, John has taken a wicket. Here, splendid, I like your design. So here, splendid. So it reveals it is interjection for approval. So for that we may use splendid. Splendid, I like your design. Or splendid, so I like his dancing. Or splendid, you sing a song, you sing melodiously. So in that way we may use. Next, brilliant, your plan is outstanding. Brilliant, your plan is outstanding. So next you can say, well done, you have done a good job. Suppose if you helped a old woman or an old man who is crossing the road, so if you helped him to do in that way, if you help him to cross the road in a safe manner, then one of your elders or one of your parents may appreciate in this way, well done, you have done a good job. So in that way they can express their agreement or they can express their approval so with you. So in that way you may use all these interjections which that reveal approval. So they are called as interjection for approval. So in that way here we can see why should we use interjections, So these interjections we can use to make our speech or to make our writing so effective manner. So for that in English we may use interjections in a fine manner. So next we will discuss interjection for sorrow or interjection for pain. Interjection for grief or sorrow. So sometimes we may call it is as interjection for pain also. So what is interjection for grief? What does it reveal? So it expresses an intense sense of grief or pain in any unfortunate event. That indicates what? Here this interjection for grief, so it reveals the emotion of sadness or the emotion of sadness that had happened in an unfortunate event. So if any unfortunate events that had happened, then we should express our emotions using grief or pain or sorrowful or sadness. So for that we may use interjection for grief. So let us observe in the following examples. So the first one, alas, his father died yesterday. So here in this sentence, here alas is an interjection that reveals a grief or that reveals the sadness of the speaker. That indicates what? Here dying of a person, it's not a fortunate, it is an unfortunate event. It is a sad event that reveals sadness. So that's why the speaker reveals the emotion of sadness in an unfortunate event of dying his father. So that's why he speaks like this, alas, his father died. Next you can see, ouch, I have hurt my knee. Ouch, I have hurt my knee. So the story was really sad. The story was really sad. So next, oh, the man is so weak. Oh, the man is so weak. What a pity, you have lost your job. What a pity, you have lost your job. So in this way, so these are all the words, these are all the interjections that reveal grief or sorrow in an unfortunate event. Next we will see the interjection for attention. So what does it mean? So it is used to draw the attention of someone. Suppose if you want to attract or if you want to draw the attention of some people, we may use these this kind of interjections in our speech or in our writings also. Let us observe few more examples. The first example is, look, he is coming here, or look, there is an accident. So in that way we can attract or we can take the attention of the opposite person. So for that we may use interjection for attention. Here see the second example, listen, I have never copied you. Listen, I have never copied you. Then shh, baby is sleeping. Here also the interjection shh, so this it reveals it is used to get attention of other people. So that's why here we use shh, baby is sleeping. Next, behold, someone strange is there. Behold, someone strange is there. So in that way we may use the interjection for attention. So one more type of interjection is there, that is interjection for uncertainty or interjection for doubt. That indicates what? It expresses a kind of uncertainty, or it indicates a kind of doubtfulness. For example, we may use we may reveal this one, this one, error. So these are all. So these two generally we may use interjections for uncertainty or doubt. For example, if any question asked by the teacher in the classroom, then the students say that I don't know. So it shows that the speaker shows his doubtfulness, or the speaker shows that kind of uncertainty. So that is called an interjection for doubtfulness or interjection for uncertainty. So that's it, friends, about the kinds of interjections. So next we will do a few more exercise on the kinds of interjections. సో ఆ వీడియో మీరు మిస్ కాకుండా ఉండాలంటే ఈ వీడియోని లైక్ చేయండి, షేర్ చేయండి. సో ఖచ్చితంగా మా ఛానల్ సబ్స్క్రైబ్ చేయండి. డోంట్ ఫర్గెట్ ప్రెస్ ఆన్ బెల్ ఐకాన్. సో సీ యూ లేటర్. థ్యాంక్ యూ.